Well, this red was not done on purpose. That is pure coincidence, and if you don't believe me, that is your problem. I was not planning to react to this. I was not planning red for the video. It is what it is. Hello everybody and welcome back, and today we are reacting to the, I guess now, provocative Doja Cat. There's been a bit of controversy surrounding her. I'm more or less interested in the controversy and more into the music, and I did not have a chance to react or even listen to Attention when it came out. Today I'm actually taking the time to do that and combining it with her new single that just came out that is called Paint the Town Red. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, I'm gonna keep it for the album to be completely surprised, but I did want to highlight something before it's too late and they go ahead and change it back to what it was before, and that is a kind of a cool little marketing move that they did on digital platforms. As you might be able to see, Doja Cat and her team decided to literally change all of the covers for like the artworks for singles and albums to red tinted versions of them. So we literally have Planet Her, Hot Pink, Amala, the other EPs, the singles, some of the other singles from the past, the thumbnails for her music videos as well. They're all red, which is kind of really cool that they pulled that off, you know, for the promotion of the album, or at least a single, which now even makes more sense considering the fact that it's called Paint the Town Red. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that before they kind of go back to what it was before. Today we are reacting to both the singles and the music videos that I want to watch together. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so first we are doing the first single that came out, Attention, and then we'll do the corresponding music video, and then I'll move on to the second single that just came out, and we'll do the music video for that as well. I'm kind of surprised. It's a 4-minute and 38-second track, which is very long, especially for a first single. I've heard like snippets on TikTok, but not enough to really have a good idea of the song and what it sounds like. I don't know if there's going to be a switch up in the production. The production is amazing so far, but I had heard that it was supposed to sound very different from the other projects that she's released in the past. So far, it really sounds similar. So I'm curious to see like where does this go? Maybe ideally it would be like kind of a recall of what she was doing before, and we're going to transition into this new world, which makes a perfect opening single for the whole era.
Look at me, you're looking. I read it all the comments saying, D, I'm really shook it. I am not afraid to finally say shit with my chest. I'm sad that you really thought your ass was above me. You're lucky, cause I just paid your bill with a reply. You follow me, but you don't really care about the music.
I mean, on top of the flow being excellent, it really sounds more like old school hip hop that like back in the 90s type of era. And also her content is a lot more serious. It's a lot more oriented towards like introspection and like people's opinion of her. It really has nothing to do with like love or the joking type of energy that she started with.
Look at me, I'm naked. But ain't the bad press good? The disrespect's real. How does protect look?
There is an expression in French that says parlez-en bien, parlez-en mal, mais parlez-en, which kind of relates to what she's saying, which is talk about it in the good way or in a bad way, as long as you're talking about it. This isn't like, this song is very like commentary type of content. Like I said, it's very analytic, like introspective, but very commentary of society as well. Once again, very serious as opposed to like her typical subjects that she addresses in songs.
Why she think she Nicki M? She think she hot shit. Of course you bitches comparing Doja to who the hottest. Okay, cute.
She's definitely working with the same producer as many of the tracks on Planet Her, because I recognize the producer tag at the beginning and the end. It's not as different as I expected, like I said at the beginning. However, I think the content is what is very different and what people weren't used to, and I think that's why people made that comment. That being said, I see it's definitely like a great opener for the era. I don't think they meant for this song to be a commercial success per se. Yeah, it was definitely more of an artistic decision to release this as the first single and kind of introduce this new world that we're diving into. I'm assuming that either the second single or the single that's going to come out at the same time as the album is probably going to be a lot more commercial, or at least they'll be banking on it. But it's nice that she kind of, you know, for this fourth album, takes a step back and decides to really focus on the artistry. I mean, maybe she's controversial at the moment, which shocker. I mean, who didn't see that coming? But yeah, I liked how critical and how reflective it was as a song. I don't think it's like an immediate attention grabber. I don't think it's like one that I'm super excited to go back to, but it makes you think a lot. And that was probably the purpose of that song. Now we're heading into the music video of it. And that I'm curious because I'm pretty sure that she can associate good visuals to that song. And I wonder what's been done. I'm thinking now, because I'm re-listening to the song, obviously, a second time during the music video, it's interesting that the hooks are very sung types of parts that resemble what she used to do before, and that she kind of enters that commentary in the verses with a very different energy, different flow, and it's kind of like she's citing herself in the way that she used to be and kind of putting side by side those two personas or two perspectives of the situation. So it's a lot more like in depth than, like, you know, as we kind of go in the layers and analyzing, I'm just realizing now that like, okay, it's really thought through, you know, it's really artistry.
Do you need to see a therapist? Is you looking? I am not afraid to finally say shit with my chest. Looking good, but now my bald head match my...
Oh, I just caught on.
This one doesn't bite it.
I really like that love me effect. You know, when you first think about it, it seems really simple of just like putting the lyrics on the screen. But when you really think about it, it's that commentary on how sometimes people go too hard to want to be loved. Oh my God, love me. Like, give me that love, you know, kind of making fun of that desperation for people's acceptance and admiration. The more I get into it, the more it becomes interesting to me.
Look at me. I'm naked.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, but we all find it really entertaining.
This scene where everybody has those weird faces is just for her symbolism that she's gotten to know so many different people so quickly that she can't tell the difference between the people. Like, they all become kind of the same weird face for her, and she can't tell people apart because it's always like quickly, you know, the business is very demanding. You meet a lot of different people, whether it's fans or even people in the business that work with you or for you, one after another, super quickly.
This one doesn't bite it, doesn't get aggressive.
Interesting. Listen, the truth is she might be controversial, but it's kind of ironic considering the fact that her attitude right now is matching the concept of the song and probably of the album at this point. It sucks because there is always a difference between the actions and the motives, and they don't always align to create the same consequences. You might want to say something and it comes out differently and it has impacts that you hoped it didn't. Being an artist, sometimes just you are in your own world and you prefer to express whatever's on your mind than be wary of the effects of what you say. It's kind of a dichotomy between like she's staying true to herself but also like alienating people. In any case, I found the music video super interesting, and visually it was relatively simple, but it got the message across, and I think that was definitely the most important thing to set the tone for the era. I wonder where she goes from here with the second single and the rest of the album.
Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I don't care, I paint the town red. She the devil.
She's really sticking to that theme. She's definitely on Like, this era is so well built so far in terms of like concept, you know, like the conceptual side of it. She's continuing that message. I think from a purely artistic, non-considering the personality part and the social media and controversy, it's definitely, I think, some of her best work so far. Okay, I just want to make sure that I knew what the meaning of Paint the Town Red was, which I had an idea, but it's just to, you know, have a good time and enjoy yourself flamboyantly, kind of showing off and not caring what other people think about you.
You can't take that bitch nowhere, ugh. I look better with no hair, ugh. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red. I don't need a big feature or a new sidekick. I don't need a new fan, cause my boo like it. I'm doing things they ain't seen before. Bands ain't dumb, but extreme is all.
It's definitely a lot less influenced by pop like she used to back in the other albums. It's much more aligned with the hip-hop avenue. It shows a certain growth in her artistry as well. Like, she's defining who she is. She's not scared to put it forward. It's very not self-proclaiming, but I don't know the right word for that.
Bitch, I said what I said.
Very unapologetic. I think that's what I was looking for as a word. She's being truly unapologetic about who she is and what she stands for and what she wants.
It'll take a whole lot for me to settle. She the devil, she a bad little bitch, she a rebel.
Oh, wait a minute. Have I been blasting the music the whole time? Okay, so I've been not only playing the music in my earphones, but also blaring them through my speakers at the same time, but I never noticed because I was playing them. Anyway, might have annoyed my neighbors for a little bit. Oopsies! Music video time. She's using the same costume as we saw in the first music video. Interesting.
I don't care, I paint the town red. She a bad little bitch, she a rebel. She put her foot to the pedal. My illness don't come with no remedy. I am so much fun without Hennessy. You can't talk no shit without
that movement at the same time.
Ugh, you can't take that bitch nowhere.
Ooh.
I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red.
This is really reminding me of like the pictures or the memes of like when I finally get to take my mask off and be who I truly am at home, like coming home from work or something, and it's a kind of a devilish looking person underneath the skin, and it's kind of like she's genius and madness are two sides of the same coin, right? So you need to be up there to be like super artistic about it, but she's kind of, you know, interpreting that of her like true self and like how she is outside of like public eye being super important because we see it a lot in the music video. And then she's kind of criticizing or mocking the publicly known version of her, or kind of a X'd off version of her, right? Because it's bloody and she doesn't want to go back to it. She might have like that version of her she does want to go back to.
I make money now, you try, bitch. I'm a two-time bitch. You ain't knew I'd win. I got drive, I don't need a car. I'm doing things they ain't seen before.
You know, that's very symbolism. It's very symbolism. Woo! Grammar. It's a very strong symbolism for like fresh meat, as in like new artists. And I guess maybe in that perspective, she at the beginning of her career, she was seen as a new artist and she was seen as fresh meat in the industry, and kind of like talking about the whole idea of people taking advantage of like newcomers in the industry. I mean, I may be pushing it, but that sniff of that fresh meat and like, ugh, not for me, might be her way of saying she's above the competition, above the new trends, and above the new things that are happening in the industry. Could be, could be not. Thought I, you know, might have picked up on something.
Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
Vibing with death. You know what? What if everything that we just saw right now was what she sees through her eye, and for a second she was letting us see what she sees. My two brain cells decided today we're gonna work a little bit overtime, clearly because I'm processing things a lot better than I am usually on these videos. So I guess thank you to brain cells for that overtime. I don't know how I'm gonna compensate for that, but you'll see maybe some extra on your paycheck soon. I am actually really happy that I ended up reacting to both songs and music videos together in the same video, and that I accidentally waited until both were released to be able to react to them, because they actually follow each other in terms of storyline, and I think that would have been a very different experience had I not lived them together, or at least one after another. She's definitely in a very different era, a much more profound era, a much more artistic era. She's kind of, you know, controversial, but she's pushing the envelope to really draw attention to her art. I guess sometimes that's really what an artist is, really, at the end of the day. So good for her. And honestly, I'm really excited to hear the whole album. This is actually getting me really excited to hear as a piece of art her project that is bound to be released. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction video, and don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment as to what your predictions are for the album. If you like this type of art or no. I mean, it might not be suited for everybody to do that and to listen to that and consume that type of art. For me, it was interesting, and I'm curious to see if the average person thinks it is interesting. Otherwise, I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.